The final episode of Kaiju number 8 starts at the Defense Force 3rd Division's headquarters. Ikikawa is working out intensely, determined to get stronger. Beside him, Aiharu comments on his excessive exercise and asks what's on his mind, especially since he recently agreed to transfer to another unit. Ikikawa explains that he wants to become stronger quickly so that next time, he can protect Kafka instead of Kafka always protecting him. Aiharu doubts Kafka will ever return, but Ikikawa insists he believes Kafka will, and he doesn't want to be weak when that happens. Ikikawa's speech inspires Aiharu, who starts pedaling away on the stationary bike. Their platoon leaders arrive at the gym and inform them that today is the day the brass will decide Kafka's fate. They all wrote letters asking for mercy for Kafka and are hopeful, especially since Mina was summoned to HQ. At HQ, Mina is ordered to wait while the Director General examines Kaiju number 8 as she prepares to sit down. A voice warns her not to since she is only an observer, not a participant. Meanwhile, Kafka's kaiju form continues to rampage. General Isao evades Kafka's attacks, with Kafka pursuing him relentlessly. From the viewing deck, Kikaru tries to shout that Kafka is still human, but Kafka's kaiju form launches a powerful punch at the general, who dodges easily and notes that Kafka is now fighting like an animal. The general prepares himself, but Kafka doesn't stop his punch's momentum. Instead, he rotates his body 360 degrees, destroying his torso but enabling another strike. The general, shocked, manages to block the punch and is impressed by the tactic, recognizing the kaiju's ability to regenerate. He realizes he can't use human logic in this fight or he will die. Inside his body, Kafka's consciousness tries to stop himself, but his kaiju form unleashes a barrage of attacks at the general. Isao survives thanks to his gauntlet shield and retaliates, blowing Kafka into the wall. When the dust settles, Isao notices Kafka's core is missing. Kafka had used his old body as bait, allowing him to position himself for another attack. Their fists meet, creating a shockwave that shakes the shelter, destroying a wall designed to withstand a Fortitude 10 attack. The other generals expected the base to be damaged with 2 numbered kaiju fighting. Kikaru recalls her conversation with her father and wonders if the general is indeed giving Kafka a chance. Back in the 3rd Division, Isao and Kagari are on the rooftop, looking over their destroyed base. Kagari confesses he became a Defense Force officer to save lives, but was instead saved by Kafka. Isao agrees and contemplates his next move, staring at his dad's phone number. At HQ, Kafka and the general's duel continues. Isao uses long-range energy punches, but Kafka recovers and catches him off guard, taking a chunk out of his side. The other generals worry as Kafka's kaiju form evolves, now glowing with red energy. Inside Kaiju number 8, Kafka tries to stop his body, but the general's attacks have no effect. Isao summons Kaiju number 2's breath attack, directing it at Kafka, who retaliates with an energy breath, blasting Isao back. Kaiju number 8 catches Isao and slams him into the wall. Isao coughs up blood, while Kafka realizes he might kill the general if this continues. Kikaru, watching with tears, remembers her conversations with Kafka and realizes she might need to kill him. She shouts at him not to give up. Kafka's consciousness breaks free, but the kaiju inside him chomps down on him. In the real world, Isao loses hope as Kaiju number 8 prepares to kill him. Kafka, in a dreamlike state, recalls Mina waiting for him. He awakens just as Kaiju number 8 punches himself in the chest, disintegrating the kaiju form. Kafka tells the general he is Kafka Hibino, not Kaiju number 8, then faints. A sword is held against his neck, but General Isao orders Narumi, the 1st Division's captain, to stand down. Narumi asks if Isao was trying to kill himself by not asking for backup and what his decision is regarding Kafka. After testing Kafka, Director Isao holds a meeting with Japan's Defense Force higher-ups. They ask for Captain Mina Ishiro's testimony since she was Kafka's captain and knew him before he joined the Defense Force. Mina admits her acquaintance but promises no special treatment. The leaders suspect Mina influenced Kafka's acceptance into the Defense Force. Despite their suspicion, Mina testifies to Kafka's dedication and heroism, recounting his crucial role in several operations. The officers dismiss her as biased, but director Isal thanks her and proceeds with Kafka's disposal. Kafka, submerged in a healing pod, recalls his feelings of incompetence and desire for revenge. He gains consciousness in a hospital bed, finding the director beside him. Kafka expresses relief that the director is unharmed, assuming he is deemed human. The director clarifies that Kafka is a kaiju, evidenced by his survival after punching himself in the heart. Despite opposition, the director decided to use Kafka's powers against kaiju monsters. Kafka promises to prove his worth to the defense force. Mina informs Kikaru that Kafka will live, but Kikaru knows the danger if he loses control again. Haruichi, Ikikawa, Furuhashi, and Kafka's other comrades also receive the news and are relieved that their companion will return to the team. Hoshina believes the hard part is just beginning, as news of a kaiju in the defense force will soon go public. He hopes Kafka can prove his usefulness before that happens. Exhausted, Kafka falls asleep while talking to the director, thinking of Mina and promising to be by her side soon. Meanwhile, the main villain, Kaiju number 9, is training his intellect and communicating with an undisclosed accomplice, planning to reclaim the kaiju power that has fallen into human hands. The end. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for upcoming animes. Cheers.